Welcome to the Drunkard's Path. I'm Shelley, and my son and I run an online quilt shop at drunkardspath.com, where we sell fabrics and notions and patterns. And just recently, just to let you know that we had an update on the website for where it says shop. On the drop down, there is a new section. It's called collection. So if you just want to browse through the collections really quick, then you just hit that select collection, and you'll be able to see all the collections that we carry in the shop. Stick around to the end of the video, and I'm going to show you how to make an orphan block pillow. So actually in the tutorial I called it a rogue block. I don't know, sometimes I don't get the lingo correct, but it's an orphan block pillow. It's super cute, so you're going to see me make this in that tutorial. Okay, first order of business is the winner from last video, and that is Sylvia Nopen 3367, and that's SYLVIANOPPEN 3367. So Sylvia, if you could please give us your information, we can get this pattern out to you right away. So drop us an email at support@drunkardspath.com. Thanks a lot, and we'll have another prize, but I'm just going to segue into we have a new quilt kit that we're going to put up onto our website, and it is just called the I just basically called it the Canada flag wall hanging. So this is what it looks like in the package, and this is my finished wall hanging. I gotta make sure it goes the right way. It's not hard to do. It's just kind of cute to put up for Canada Day. We have it ready to go for that day. So it's just the maple leaf, and I put a border and binding on it, and that's it. So simple and easy to do. So we'll have this kit up, and what it is there's a pattern in here from Riley Blake. It was called Autumn Leaf. So it was a free pattern, and then I just kind of modified and add a few extras on how to make it look like this. So have a look at that, and put your order in for your Canada Day wall hanging. Also, for this week's video, we're going to give away one of these kits. So if you could just please leave a comment and hit like and subscribe, and you could be in the running to win this nice little kit. We thank you for your support, and look forward to reading one of your comments. Now, speaking of kits, we're going to put together another kit, or we're putting together another kit. This is from the Fat Quarter Shop. Every year they do some kind of Halloween wall hanging, which is a good size. I have it here, the fabric requirements. You can get it off their website. We'll link it below. But we have just about all the colors in stock, except for a couple that I put an order in, and it is on its way as I'm speaking now. So hopefully by the time this video gets uploaded, it will be here, and you'll be able to see it on our website. But it's called Spooky and Sweet, and the first block came out this week, and it's this really super cute ghost with a witch hat and carrying a pumpkin. So there are, I think, 4 installments to this sew along. So have a look on the Fat Quarter Shop. Like the pattern is free. So you just go on our website, and you'll be able to see the kit for sale, and it's with Kona Solid, so it's actually a fairly economical wall hanging to purchase. So hopefully you'll sew along with us. What have I been working on? Oh my goodness, so much. And I continue to work on that project with my friend Pat, and that should be a reveal maybe more into the summer, because we still have a little bit to go, but we do have the top almost done. But we're actually going to try and hand quilt it, the two of us, so it should be a real old-fashioned quilting bee. Again with my blocks, this one is the Riley Blake 2023 Quilt Along. This is block 11, I believe, and it's called Sparkle and Shine. So this one definitely was a challenge, but I got this one done, and this is my finished block. So again, I am running out of fabric out of this Fat Quarter bundle, so I will probably do just one more block for 12, and I'll try and get a nice layout for that, and then get it quilted. So It's been a long time coming, this one, so it was a good sew along, and definitely you should try out any of the Riley Blake sew alongs because they have all different designers that come up with the blocks, and they do test your skills, and that's it's a lot of fun. So give it a try if you get a chance. And the next block is a Socialites block 21. Wow, so close. This one was a beginner and it was super easy. This is my finished block. So again, that's an easy block to do. This is the back. And 3 more to go, but then I peeked ahead and looked at the layout. There's a little bit of work in the finished quilts, but I think I'm gonna follow what they have and see how it turns out. So I'm looking forward to getting that one all done. Such pretty fabric. Again, if anybody's doing the Quilting Life block of the month with Sherry McConnell on a Quilting Life website, she has a blog posting, and the first Monday of every month she puts out a new block, and I'm doing the 16-inch version of that block. So this is the actual block, and then there's always the outside border. So all the outside borders are all the same every month. I just change up my fabrics in it. I use the same background, but then I change the flying geese part of it. But this one, I thought it was like, oh, this is really super easy, but it did have to think a little bit when I was doing this, believe it or not. But it turned out pretty good. So this is my finished block, and the back is like, I tried to iron open where I can. It just makes the block lie flatter, and also all my blocks I starch all my fabric so I get a nice crisp fabric, so it frays less, and you just get it just lays nicer when you're sewing and ironing. So that's just my preferred method, but it works for me. Okay, now I'm going to show you I have got a quilt top finish, and this was from the last tutorial. I showed you how to do the jelly roll block, and this is my fully finished quilt top. It's a really good size. Those blocks, they went together fairly quick, so you'd be surprised of how fast you can make this. And you can see that the 4 in the middle, they all face out, and then they kind of go out on each of the 4 sections. So it looks really summery, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. It was something that was so simple, but yet it looks pretty nice when it's all put together. Off to the quilters with this one. We're coming up to almost another big giveaway, which will be at the end of this month. June the 30th is the last day to put in for this fat quarter bundle. So don't forget, any purchase that you make, your name will go into this draw for this 12 fat quarters. And I guess we'll probably be doing the actual draw on July the 1st. So yeah, get your name in there and see if you can win this nice bundle. Cross stitch time! Yay! I'm gonna make cross stitchers out of at least a few of you out there. So this first one, my son gave this to me for Mother's Day. He ordered this kit and gave it to me because he knew how much I love cross stitch. So it's a DMC, and this is the finished, what it will look like. And I got a good start on it. It's a ways to go, but I've got that first rose and the little bud up there. So that's the start of that one, and that is on, I think this is 14 count Aida. So it's nice and easy to do. It's easy to find those little holes. So that's that one. My next one is out of the book from the 12 Monthly Minis by Primrose Cottage. So I'll show you May. It is this one right down here. That is the May. I keep wanting to call it a block. That's my May cross stitch. So it's looking pretty nice on here, and I'm going to be making pillows out of all of these little ones. My next one, I spent probably most of my time working on this one. It's called Patriotic Quaker, and I love these little Quakers because they're much quicker stitch to do than the bigger ones, obviously. But this again is by Primrose Cottage. We do have a few different versions of Quakers. I think there's a spring one and a winter. I can't remember. You have to look online. We do have a couple of these in stock. So this is my almost completed one of the Patriotic Quaker. And I use, for the first time, I use silk threads on this one, the silk floss. So the red and the blue are both silks that I picked up on a trip that I was on last year. And the white is just a regular, is an Orphan cotton type floss. But the red is really brilliant and it looks so pretty on this fabric. So I think this one is 28 count, I believe, on the linen. So it's looking pretty good. I'm just going to show you this one. I haven't got the next section done because I just got it this morning, and it is from the Moonbeams Stitch Along with Fat Quarter Shop. They put out this free pattern. Now the first was the border, the second was this section. This is number 3 and number 4, which just came out today, which is this one, which is basically a mirrored version of this over here. So that will be my next one. But I just want to let you know that that is out. So if you wanted to get that pattern, go on to the Fat Quarter Shop. Actually, we'll link it down below so you can have a look at that one. And now here's the tutorial on how to make this Orphan block pillow. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make a rogue block pillow. I don't know about you, but I have started a quilt and maybe I've made 1-2 blocks and I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't really want to do this anymore. Or maybe you just completely forgot about it and you lost your inspiration for that quilt. So I'm sure many of you have got blocks that are sitting around and they're just laying there doing nothing. So what I did was I made this 16.5-inch block, and I just made it all scrappy, and it's just one of a kind. And I thought, okay, I'm just gonna make a pillow out of that because the hard work is done. The block's done. It was just sitting there, so I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use it up constructively, right? So what we have to start with is our block, our batting, and on the back you're going to cut a piece that's a little bit bigger and try to find some fabric that isn't, you know, like your good stuff. Maybe you got a piece of Kona solid sitting around or muslin or something like that. So you're going to cut it just a little bit bigger than your block because you're going to quilt this first. So I'm going to go quilt this, but before I'm going to show you what you also need for your backing. This is total scrappy quilt that I'm going to do. So I'm going to do your envelope style. Now I cut these pieces 16.5, that's the size of my block, by 11. So you have 2 of those, and when we get to that point I'll show you what to do. This is again super easy to do, and then we have binding that we're going to use at the end. So we're going to put this aside for now. And this is my pillow form. I literally just got it just a little while ago. I opened it up and it's still kind of like expanding. You know how they really suck it in there in the plastic bag. So this is my 16-inch pillow form that I'm going to use. So we'll have a nice completed pillow at the end. So I'm going to take this up. I'm going to do a little quilting on this, nothing major, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, all 3 layers have now been quilted. I just did a little 1/4 inch on each side of the seams, and I show you the back of it. Pretty simple, nothing big deal. Turn it over, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it down to the size of the block. So we're just going to trim all 4 sides. Square it up as you go with your edge here. Sometimes things shift a little, so just line up somewhere on your ruler, and looks pretty square. And that edge too. Okay. So we're just going to put this aside for a minute. We're going to bring this over. We're going to take our 2 back sections. So we're going to take the long edge and we're going to fold it over about 1/4 inch. So I'm going to take my iron and I'm going to start, okay, like that. Get a good start, and you're just going to come across and iron about 1/4 inch in all the way. Some people have those hot press rulers. I just eye it and come to the edge, press, And we're going to do it again. We're going to flip it over one more time. And just go 1/4 of an inch. It's a little hot on the fingers, but it's okay. There we go. And we're going to sew right on the edge. Maybe leave about 1/8 of an inch in. So you're going to sew all the way across. So I'm going to do the other side. The exact same thing. I'm going to start and press and do it again. That is hot. And then now I'm gonna sew along that edge on both sides. So I'll be right back. Okay, so you can see that I've sewn this down, and I'm just gonna press it real quick. Make it nice and flat. Do the other side. There we go. So now we're gonna flip it over. There's no real right top side and bottom. So what I'm gonna do here, we need our Wonder Clips. You can use pins if you want, but I don't really care to use pins when you have this type of thickness. So we're gonna lay one down. We're gonna have that part we just sewed is gonna face, it's a little more than halfway up. And these are gonna overlap by about 5, well, probably maybe 4.5 inches now that I've made that, I turned that bit over. Okay, so and then we're gonna line everything up. Okay, and this is going to be our envelope. So this is, again, that part's facing down, and I'm going to get my Wonder Clips, grab a few, and I like to clip where they overlap first, and go all the way around with your Wonder Clips. Make sure you get all 3 layers. Now if you notice anything that's hanging over, you might want to trim it, but this is actually, it's on there pretty good. It's not bad, so I could trim it right after, but just have a look on both sides to make sure nothing's shifted. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew. I would probably go just a little bit, like a scant 1/4 inch. Okay, because you still have to put your binding on, and you don't want to see that seam underneath there. So just do a scant 1/4 inch all the way around. Okay, this is what it looks like on the front and on the back. See, we have it sewn nice here. And just a little tip, when you start to do that, don't go into the corner. Start on one, like in the middle section of one of the sides. And what I did was when I came to the overlap, this section here, and then underneath too, I just did a little back stitch, just to anchor it a little bit better, back stitch, and so far it's been really quick. So now I'm going to take my binding, I'm going to bind this, and whatever method you use for binding, go ahead, and I machine bind, so I'm going to do that right now, and I'll be right back. And now here is the finished pillowcase. And I'll show you the back. Oops, left a pin. There we go. We have our nice opening here. So what I'm going to do is stuff our pillow in there. Sort of tag. Yeah, I like to put the tag facing in. And we just stuff it in. Make sure the corners stay sticking out. And then we stuff this in. Turn it around. And it's got fluff there. Make sure those corners are like that. We just kind of give it a little tuck. And because we backstitch there, we have no problems with that coming out, that seam coming loose or anything. So there we go. Now how fast and simple was that? And these make really great like hostess gifts, or what depends on what kind of a block you have. You know, you could have a decorate for a season if it was a Christmas or Easter block or something. And just you know, people love these types of things as gifts. So whatever you've got laying around, just make yourself a nice quick pillow, and doesn't that look smart? Thank you so much for your support. As always, keep sewing, keep stitching.